Hey everybody, welcome to 24 Slayton. I'm here with Jordan and Pete. Pete's our new guy coming on. We're going to talk to him, see what's happening in the world of what, Pete? World of what?
We're going to talk about, present day agenda, like what's going on in today's world with, the space economy, space and anything like that, that folks are actually missing. So,
Yeah, sounds good.
Gonna be a completely different than what we normally do, so it's gonna be different.
All
I
right.
like it. I like it.
Okay.
So
So,
what's going on?
yeah, so, I think a lot of folks are not really seeing that there is this NASA's about to launch this Artemis 1
mhm,
into space
yeah,
in the last 50 years. So I've been asking a lot of folks, hey, you know what's happening with NASA? They're going to be shooting another rocket and they're going to be putting some folks on the moon coming up in the next couple of years. So everyone's kind of seemed like they're blind to it
yeah,
because it's just not on anybody's radar. So to me, it's just like a huge thing that's happening that, you know, the masses are not really seeing what's about to happen.
yeah,
So that's why, I wanted to discuss this because I'm just a regular person on this planet here, and when I see something like this, it kind of intrigues me because I'm like, all right, so what is the reason that they're going back to the moon? And we hear Elon Musk wants to go to Mars, so
yeah.
obviously there is something more to it than that we know about. So that's kind of where my stance is right now.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about.
Real quick, for all you guys know, it says on there on the presentation, it says Pete Rodriguez, founder of on the presentation.
Yeah, so my name is Pete Rodriguez. I am the founder of Orbit King. Uh, I'm also a independent researcher. So what that means is I study the field of ancient civilization, ancient architecture, archaeoastronomy, space architecture, and researching inner Earth topography. That's kind of really what I'm doing. I'm just an average human being, just trying to understand the planet,
All right,
where I come from, and
nice. Maybe I'll educate us all. We'll know some
yeah,
more.
yeah. There's a huge learning process here in this planet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I put this kind of talking points together, which we can kind of jump into the next slide, and some just three topics, our present day agenda.
Hmm.
We'll talk about space exploration, moon to Mars, colonization,
Hmm.
and a low Earth orbit economy. NASA calls it LEO. They
Hmm.
like to abbreviate things, and a new kind of emerging topic in the academic field is called archaeoastronomy, and it's pretty much the stars and the stone alignment, like Stonehenge and
Yeah.
pyramids and stuff like that. So
Mhm.
we'll get into that, kind of chip away at what it means because I'm still trying to figure out all these terms as well. Just as you go through your day, and a lot of us don't even come in and touch upon these type of topics.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So if you want to just dive right into it, just go into
Yeah.
the next slide. Topic one, we're just going to go into the space exploration. Moon to the Mars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, put this slide together. And the next one, you want to just switch it to the next
Yeah.
page here. So, in reality, why is NASA returning to the moon after 50 years, and
Yeah.
why did it take them so long to get there, to go back actually?
Mhm.
So if you're kind of like following the news, we hear like SpaceX, we have Blue Origin, and we have other organizations that are now going into flight, and you have other countries too. You have the Japanese, it was JAXA, and you have Chinese as well. They have their space program, and then you have the European Union space program. So all these folks are now getting ready to go and try to colonize Mars, and it seems like, of course, NASA is the folks that are going to lead the way because they have tons of history here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So what's happening actually the week coming up, actually Monday, they're getting ready for this mission launch, which is Artemis 1. and I put a slide up on here. It's on the right hand corner. This is from NASA,
Mhm.
and it kind of shows you what is the trajectory of this rocket that they're sending off, and how it goes up into how it leaves Earth, and then it orbits around the moon, and it returns back as a splash landing. Um, this is huge news,
Yeah.
because the next step is the Artemis 2, which is they're going to be launching the first woman and the first person of color to walk on the moon. So that's even huge. If we're like in the 60s right now, this would be plastered on news media, or local,
Yeah.
Channel 4, Channel 2 news, but I'm not really seeing it. They kind of like drop little nuggets here and there, maybe on Twitter, Instagram, all the social media, but not really, talking too much about it. And you just go around and ask folks about it. They're like, oh, I didn't even know they were doing this.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And the big question is, okay, so what is the goal to do this? And this is where I started doing my research. So NASA has a thing called NASA Gateway, and I have these hyperlinks in here too. I don't know if you want to click them. It might pop up on your screen here, but if not, we can go back.
The Gateway?
Yep,
Sure, sure.
Which one?
there you go. Yeah, is it? Yes, there you go. So this right here on the screen here, this is coming from NASA's website. So it's called the Gateway Integrated Spacecraft Configurator. It's like we all heard of the International Space Station, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So the International Space Station is about 250 miles above Earth, that's what they call it, low orbit.
Yeah.
So what they're going to do is they're going to build this guy between Earth and the Moon as kind of a floating space city, right?
Okay.
So the goal is to now, once they complete that, it looks like they're going to have like we call it here commerce,
Mhm.
which is you have infrastructure coming around. So now they're getting ready to have infrastructure, delivering materials, delivering people, delivering everything that would make a society kind of work. So
Yeah.
that's what they're calling it, colonization. So we heard that word colonization,
Yeah.
long time. This is a
1800s.
very long, not very long, but a standing term that's been around in our history classes,
Yeah.
school, whatever. So that's what they're going after next, is to establish this. And so the big question is, um, you know, planning for life on the moon. How are they going to do that?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
because the moon doesn't have oxygen. It
Or-
has like no gravity,
And no resources.
no resources. It's like it's they all say it's like when you go to the desert,
Yeah, it's a
real
barren
powdery.
wasteland.
Yeah, it's like like a mud dried up and just gets really powdery.
I like that.
So
I like
yeah,
that.
I mean, for you, Tim, you can probably ride your motorcycle
Yeah.
up there and burn
Ooh,
some
dude,
rubber.
can you imagine? Like
Then I won't get hurt falling.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so I
I
mean,
like that.
actually, you can maybe start to come up with a dirt bike up there, that will
just like a whole. Can you imagine like just like its own league?
World Supercross.
Oh no, global.
Yeah.
Hey, no, it's not even. No, it's Galaxy.
Galaxy Supercross. Okay.
yeah, man,
Galaxy Cross. Ooh, that's sick.
the sky's the limit with this. That's why it's incredible what's going on, about this new infrastructure, apparently new infrastructure.
Yeah.
The sky won't be the limit because we're going to space.
Yeah, exactly. I know. I mean, it's the actual truth. The sky is the limit. Chase the stars, all that good stuff.
Mhm.
So planning life on the moon, and then of course they want to go to Mars. So baby steps, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's quite interesting.
So they're gonna. So what you're saying is they're gonna build a station, so like a rest stop on the moon, and then go from there to Mars.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty much. It's going to be resort.
Yeah.
Resort for the folks that want to go and try to muster it out, and then shoot off to Mars,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
So that's just coming from a layman's term from my perspective is okay. So how these folks are going to, and how long it's going to take? We already know this is taking tons of money. NASA's leading the charge on this. So what I find fascinating is that how are they going to how they're going
Agree
to
on
govern
something.
this? How they're going to govern this? And that's where we hear the Space Force coming in.
Mhm.
What are their this just like kind of popped out of nowhere. But we all know that they're creating all this stuff in the background. So the reality is that, you know, this is happening.
Yeah.
And if it's going to be a reality, well, you know, it's exciting time to be alive to kind of see it. And the other cool thing to have a link in here is that the USGS, which is the U.S. Geological Service, has already completely mapped out the moon. So the other thing I find interesting is that they say that there's water on the moon.
Yeah.
Right. You know, it's kind of like
Yeah.
frozen and chip away at it, but I haven't found that document yet. So when I find it, I'll share it with you guys. So the other thing too is that SpaceX and SpaceX, Virgin Galactic, and Blue Origin, they're all private sectors, and they're preparing to take you know people who can afford it to space. You know, they've already done a couple of flights already. They had the Blue Origins one with Jeff Bezos and William
Yeah.
Shatner.
Yeah.
That was like the most
Yeah.
recent one. And then you had Virgin Galactic. They did their space flight with their cool ass plane that they have.
So they're only going up certain. They're not even going low orbit yet, right? Right.
They're going low orbit. Yeah,
So-
they're
so
going
they're-
low orbit. Yeah. So deep space is actually, with this Artemis 1, they're actually crossing that barrier across. So
So all of them went there, or who's past low orbit?
who's passed the low orbit?
Yeah.
So far it's SpaceX. They passed this low orbit. They're shooting out their Starlink out there, and Blue Origin's the one that actually probably has been the one that shows civilians. They call them private astronauts.
Yeah.
So I might have the term incorrectly, but I think it's private astronaut. So, and this is where we jump into the next topic, which is the next slide, which is the low Earth economy here. So which they're calling it LEO. So if you go into the next slide there, it's pretty straightforward. So I have this nice graphic on the right hand side here. You can see it.
Yeah.
So that is from a company called Orbital Assembly.
Yeah.
They're the folks that are leading the way to build the first hotel in space.
Okay.
Yeah. So we could go on to hotels.com.
Yeah.
And we all say, hey guys,
Trying to go
I
to
think I need
space,
a
bro?
vacation.
Yeah.
Let's go in these kind of tubes here and relax up there and look at the Earth from there. I wonder
Yeah.
what it's going to look like. So basically, what LEO is it's doing business in space
Mhm.
and to establish commercializations to transfer materials and goods and humans for it's about making money too.
Yeah.
So you think low? You think that if so there's going to be the space. What do they call the hotels? Pretty much whatever.
it's a hotel.
So are they going to go counterclockwise or with orbit?
They're gonna flow with orbit. They're gonna flow with the flow with the Earth and the Moon because it all goes.
So are they going to go slower or slower or faster? Or they
My
can't-
understanding is they have to go with the speed of the rotation of Earth.
So you'll see the same picture the whole time.
Pretty much.
But on the other
They're
low,
going to be rotating with them.
but the other low Earth orbit
Orbit.
Leos are going opposite, right?
No, I don't think they're going opposite.
Well, because
They're
they said
awesome.
because I heard that it goes 90. The sun sets every 90 seconds,
Okay.
so that has to be going backwards.
Yeah, because it would make no sense for us to only see the sun for about 90 seconds if it's that fast. Even if it is that fast, it would have to be basically coming the same. We would be able to see it the same amount of time that the Earth would be able to see.
Yeah,
it.
if it's
That's what
going,
I'm
they're going to
saying.
go like this.
Yeah, you send me that link and I can
Yeah.
look at it and see what you guys are talking about, and we could see
Yeah.
what the correct
Yeah, I was
the
just
correct
watching.
term is.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
watching low. I just watched because I was trying to get ready and think of some stuff here. But I seen it said the sun when they're taking pictures, video or
Right.
photos, it's every 90 seconds that it
No,
catches.
90
So
minutes.
Oh, okay.
every 90 minutes.
Yeah, 90 seconds is.
Okay, 90 minutes. Every 90
See,
minutes.
Yeah, see, that's the thing is,
Yeah.
is a lot of us here on Earth, we really trying to grasp what they're doing up there because, the language that they have is it's mathematics. It's a lot of mathematics. There's a lot of science. There's a lot of all this stuff. So Jordan was like, oh man, can you just kind of talk to me about it in a way where I can kind of grasp it? So
Mhm.
that's really where the next step is. It's pretty much having, we're talking Star Wars here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking Mandalorian. We're talking all these awesome movies that
Mhm.
that have been out, and they've been kind of preparing us for a long time on what they're going to be doing. So you also have Architectural Digest, which is a popular architectural magazine.
Mhm.
They're kind of like getting into effect now. They're telling you that hey, this is what's going to be happening.
Uh-huh.
So which is awesome.
All right, it's gonna be a lot, but like it just seems so complicated with
Oh yeah.
how little they have and like how much they're trying to accommodate. Like what's gonna go with it? Like I just feel like the basic logistics just seem so out there, you know? Like for example, where's like they're gonna if it's a hotel, where's the waste gonna go? Like because it's gonna be a lot more than they normally have to do with the International Space Station. It's only like probably it's gonna be like there's like a handful of people in just in that little base, but then
But
if you're gonna
I think the hotel's only going to have a certain amount of people also.
yeah,
There's
so
not going to be a lot of people.
yeah,
Well, it's going to be for is the term the elite.
Yeah.
There's going to
Yeah.
be the folks that are going to want to go up there who have the money to do it,
Mhm.
and then there's going to probably be the folks that would need to go up there.
hmm
Like if I'm a CEO of a company and they're like, yeah, in order for me to understand what the other humans are going to experience while they're up there, I have to go.
hmm
But if you kind of ask, okay, first of all, would you guys go? Would they say, hey, Tim,
I go.
hey, we have a spot to come and experience this free of charge. Would you go up there?
Yeah.
And then there's gonna be a document that's gonna tell you, hey, the possibility of you not returning is
I'm fine.
there's that possibility.
I'm fine.
I'd have to ask a lot of questions.
I'm gone. I'm
One,
gone.
low key, I'm hella claustrophobic, so
Yeah.
like I'm just being in that little area, like oh, dude, that seems low key like a nightmare. And then like I have to be with like, and then you have to deal with the other people. You have to deal with all the other people that are right there too.
Yeah.
And you hate people.
I'll be fine though, because it's only for a little while, and then I'm up there.
No, you don't know because they have to be for a while.
That's right. They'll learn quick.
They'll learn. No, like you don't have that power.
They're not that. It's pretty decent size. It's not. They're gonna be like right on you.
Okay.
We're not gonna be like in jail.
Low key seems like it.
It's like,
Well, I mean, it's not like you can just jump in your car and say, I want to go home. There's
I'm good.
probably going to be, a process.
I'll just hang out by myself in the window, just looking out. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like you get bored pretty quick.
No, I wouldn't.
All right.
I'd be wondering what Jordan's doing down there. Pointing. I'd be pointing.
Yeah, with cell service work, I'm sure, communication is going to be, pretty established, to
Yeah.
reach out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they have all the, the technical stuff mapped out and everything like that. So, but the big question is,
The podcast will be better
yeah.
because we can transport. Now we went to space.
Ooh.
We go viral.
Man, first podcast in space. Ooh, wow. No, I'm pretty sure they're like
Yeah, we're not the
someone
first.
else is gonna do that, dude. Like it's gonna be like probably Rogan.
Yeah. Pretty much is like the folks that are gonna go up there. They're the guinea pigs, right?
Yeah, they're gonna have like money.
All
They're
astronauts
gonna
that
poo-poo
are
on it.
going, or
Yeah.
the probability of you returning back. But they've been doing this for a long time, so it looks like they're pretty confident that it's going to be accomplished.
Yeah.
So, and my question and probably is who are they actually building this for? There's these movies, right?
Mhm.
Like Elysium, and I have it on my deck here. There's Elysium in District 9, where Elysium is a movie with because of Matt Damon, where they're governing the Earth.
Yeah.
From a similar, on that screen there, the
Yeah.
image here,
Yeah.
where they're governing the Earth from space.
Yeah.
And that's always interesting to kind of say, okay, is this going to happen? Are they mimicking, movies into reality?
Or the movies are mimicking reality.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
right. They're showing the future. It's
Yeah,
gotta
exactly.
believe it.
The future.
Go ahead.
Like, even then, like it's gonna be like also complicated because you don't really. I feel like a big part of our government like existing is because we can see them and like they are more readily available to us. Like so, them being that far out all the way in space, it's gonna be. I feel like their power is a little less because their presence isn't really here. You know.
Got it.
Yeah, so I feel like it'd be a bit tough to do that. like
so?
like to actually govern from space, because one, you have all that distance to cover. Two, you're disconnected from your populace, so you don't really experience the same things that they do. So, like if I'm like if we have a president and then he goes to space, and we have an issue that we want to concern, like we want to address to him, and he doesn't feel, he's like, okay, well, like how is this really a problem? He doesn't have that. They won't have that connection that they have with us.
Well, that's where it comes, just like the United
Yeah.
States, you have, you have your president, you have governors of each state. So you have that whole flow.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I see your point. But the point that I see it from is they're going to have such an advantage of above, especially if they're having some sort of like a space force or some sort of like a,
Mm-hmm.
we'll go back to, we'll go back to Star Wars where they're going to create, they have this super weapon, planet killer, they call it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
The
the
Death Star had the planet killers.
Mm-hmm.
So that could be a reality, right? Can it be
Yeah.
a reality?
Yeah.
We don't know. We're only being shown this is all eye candy from NASA. This is all the eye candy stuff that I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Where they're showing it's theatrics.
Yeah.
It's all a nice image. You're like me. I put this image here together. It looks great, and I'm just going off the research that I'm seeing. So
Yeah, and then I'm pretty sure this just might cause other types of conflicts. For example, like
Don't worry about it.
no, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, you're talking.
Yeah. Oh, I was talking.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're-
wait, you said don't worry about it.
No, I said don't worry about this.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Because I was like, lost my train of thought. I thought you were talking to me. Yeah, but like it's just the logistics of that in itself, because space currently doesn't belong to anyone, and like we don't have a border for space. So
Right.
like,
that's the question.
Yeah,
That's
that's gonna
the
be-
unknown.
yeah,
So Antarctica.
yeah,
That is a zone, treaty zone where no one owns, and you have every nation there doing research.
yeah,
So space is kind of, hopefully it's going to be like that.
yeah, and like
But
how far away from the atmosphere do you have to be to say
I
this
own
is-
all space.
Yeah, like no, like am I still in the United States, or am I in space?
You have to pass low,
Well,
past Leo, low
well,
Earth orbit.
this is just like when Columbus and the Portuguese that first came out to America, they were out to discover new territory.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all saying, "Oh no, we discovered it. This
Yeah.
is now my territory. We colonized it first, so it belongs to us." And
Yeah.
you can go deep in the history. You had the French, Spaniards, you had English, and of course, we had indigenous people here and all that good stuff. So, but up in space and then also on the moon, there's really, we don't know. There's no governing factors there.
Yeah,
So that's my question is, okay, so how they're gonna manage this, or the laws of space.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're talking about, I'm sure there's gonna be that sort of stuff, just like here on Earth.
yeah,
So to segue into that, there is another view of all this that's going on. So there are researchers out there that said that there's actually a secret space program,
okay,
which means is that the moon and the Mars has already been colonized. There is these folks that so this is how I look at it. We had 50 years of a gap, and we know they're doing all this stuff. We know that there's a privatized organizations, with the big defense companies, and they're shooting off their rockets. They got these
Mhm.
awesome planes going around. And so the secret space program they're talking about is that there are folks that have already been going to the moon and going to Mars.
Mhm.
So I understand, man. It's
Yeah.
just boring shit.
no, it's just like, yeah, no, it's interesting. It's just like it just seems like it's going to be a lot more complicated than what's presented right now. Like I feel this is just going to present like
See,
us-
this information right here is stuff that if you're not following it,
Yeah.
if you're just in this, we're all in pockets on this
Yeah.
planet. We all have things that we look at, right? You guys are whatever you're into, whatever I'm into.
Mhm.
And when you kind of hear this stuff, it's almost, fantasy. It's almost like, yeah, this is not a reality. Yeah, even if you see a rocket going to Earth, or flying not from Earth, but going from Earth to the moon,
Yeah.
it doesn't seem real to me. It doesn't seem like it's real, and actually, if I'm on it or not. So,
Mhm.
and that's where that secret space program. There's this TV show called Gaia, and these guys actually have a program called Cosmic Disclosure, where you have folks that actually are in the they're deep in the military programs, and they come out and they start talking about it. We can go. That's a whole different topic.
Yeah,
But
it's
just to
gonna
keep
be.
this streamlined, is that there's conspiracy theories out there about
Yeah.
certain things. That's a favorite topic that everyone's talking about.
Yeah, it seems like a whole other rabbit hole that seems like it's gonna be complicated within itself.
Yeah, exactly. So, the other thing too is, we have the stars here. We're going up to the stars, we're going up into space, and we're going to come back down to Earth now. We're going to bring this back down to Earth, where we all have a familiarity with what this planet is, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's this new research thing that, they're called archaeoastronomy, and mapping the stars and the stones. So if you want to go to the next slide here to kind of show what I'm talking about. So, I'm just, read that for me, just the introduction right there.
Okay, archaeoastronomy is the science of the stars and the stones. It is an interdisciplinary science in between architecture, archaeology, and astronomy. It studies the relationships between the ancient monuments and the sky in order to gain a better understanding of the ideas of the architects of the past and of their religions and symbolic world. The course provides the first complete, easy introduction to the fascinating discipline.
Yeah, so I took this snapshot from, I'm actually taking a course about this.
Uh-huh.
So it's fascinating because how much knowledge you guys know about, these, ancient stones that are aligned with the stars. Here's another topic that folks don't know that exists.
Like there's
You heard of Stonehenge, right?
Yeah, Stonehenge.
Okay, so Stonehenge is kind of like it's a celestial clock.
Yeah.
So what it's doing, it's moving with the Earth. The Earth is stationary, right? So you have the Stonehenge there, and it's flowing with the celestial, with the stars, the weather, etc., like that. And this thing's been around for a long time, right?
Yeah.
And then you have the pyramids,
Yeah.
which is have this put this kind of snapshot here.
So
So you have the Giza plateau there. So right now we're in the winter solstice, right?
Yeah.
Which we can see Orion, which is the graph there, if you
Yeah.
kind of can see with your eye. So they're aligned with that.
Mhm.
So the big question is, how do they get this knowledge to align this? If they were ancient people building these massive stones, right?
Yeah.
Putting this all together. And the other graphic too has this, which was just discovered like in the 60s, like the earliest, they call it this the earliest find, which is Göbekli Tepe, which is, it's like 12,000 years old. And these guys have, it's almost like Stonehenge. You see the stones here?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. You kind of see I kind of put the images both together so you
Yeah.
kind of mirror it.
Yeah.
So-
Where's that one at?
This is in Turkey.
Oh, it's in Turkey.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they've been digging this up. What the fascinating thing about it, dude, is that there are carvings that have the same type of carvings like on the pyramids or Easter Island, even here in America, the same type of carving. Pretty much it's like the same message.
Yeah.
So me being curious is like, okay, where do they get this knowledge to build this if they were such ancient people that, they were just walking around in dirt and, they weren't smart or anything like that. That's kind of how, we look at these folks over here like, oh, 200 years ago, these people were, they were fighting for survival.
Yeah.
What, 100 plus years ago, we were here in America, we were riding on horses.
Yeah.
We barely got
Yeah.
some cars.
Oh,
barely
what
got
if
planes.
the car would have just been invented 100 years ago?
Yeah.
That's
So this is kind of, to me, is like, all right, there is a huge gap in knowledge that to me is kind of missing, but it's not, because you have these ancient texts, which we can go into another time. But that's kind of what this new emerging study is, and a lot of the researchers from you have the academia, the colleges, the mainstream colleges, and then you have the researchers like myself, which we're doing our independent searching and checks and balancing with these folks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't have your degree in it, it's not true. Like me
Yeah.
talking to you about this stuff here,
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm gonna get a bunch of yahoos and
Mhm.
yeah, that fucking guy doesn't know what he's talking about. He's a fucking idiot. You
Yeah.
know, he's
Not.
he's bullshit. But that's why I put a slide deck on here with links, because this is actual coming from
Evidence.
evidence from reputable agencies, NASA. The next deck actually put the credits down and where I'm getting all this information from.
Mhm.
Like we're getting it from NASA, National Geographic, USGS, Smithsonian, the Polytechnic Milano and stuff like that. So that's kind of where I'm getting at with this slide deck here and kind of talking to you guys. But in closing, I kind of put a summary together in the next slide
Yeah.
over. Pretty much this is where I'm coming from thinking is the present day agenda, right? Is colonizing the moon and Mars. Will this this will create a commercial economy for the elites, or is it going to be for all economic classes? Right.
Yeah.
Eventually, it will. Just like every new thing, like the
Mhm.
cell phone, that was military a long time
Well,
ago.
if you think like on that part, like technology, it seems like it goes really fast, then it slows down, then it goes really fast. Because you figure the cell phone's only been around how long? And all the information that we can gather has only been
Well,
around since.
cell phones is, I think the
No, but
military has.
no, but since people had them regularly.
I don't know,
Like the
maybe the
commercial era?
early '80s.
Like the early
Yeah,
80s, right?
early
And then,
80s,
then the
yeah.
internet
I used
came
to
out.
help build cell phone
Yeah.
towers.
Then the internet came out, and then we started getting a lot more information. People can look a lot more stuff, and it's gone really big, really fast. So you can find almost anything you want to find on the internet. But once you get past, but then it slows down like it did before. It went really fast, pyramids and everything, and then everything stopped almost.
Mhm.
Well, I think right now, like information wise,
Mhm.
the platforms to gather information
Yeah.
is probably established.
Yeah.
So the next thing is putting a chip in your hand, right? I just go and slip and get paid, and my bank account have all my information. They're doing that now. I mean,
What if you
I don't
have a
know
hand?
the organizations are doing like that.
Ooh.
So
What
if you
if-
want to do it, go for it.
What if you don't have a hand?
Well, they'll probably put it. Well, you got biometrics too. Your biometrics are scanning your eyes. I mean, that exists. I'm using it right now when I go through an airport. It's a
Yeah.
thing called Clear. I
Mhm.
stand in there and they zap my eyes and they let me go the head of the line. So I'm
Mhm.
like, all right, I'm guinea pigging this out.
Mhm.
So the next part of my summary is like the ancient folks that were here before us. This message that they're leaving etched in stone. What are they telling us?
Mhm.
To me, I don't know if you guys believe in this stuff. It could be hokey pokey, it could be, mysticism, it could be magic, it could be whatever, This is how people look at this sort of stuff. I'm not here to like convince anybody. These are all
Yeah.
my question marks for me as an individual walking on this planet, right?
Yeah.
So, and everybody has their doubts. Everybody has their reasoning to believe in something or anything. So
Yeah.
that's kind of what this discussion really is about for me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's
So what
why
do you think? Like, what do you think about all this, Tim? Like,
I'm just trying to go. If they
Trying to process it.
they let me go, I'm gone. I want to go check it out. I'm
He
down.
thinks he's part alien.
Yeah.
Like,
I want to meet these alien people. I want to meet the aliens.
I think we're all aliens. This is another thing, man. It's like we're on Earth, right? We're actually in space.
Mhm.
We're actually part of this whole, this
galaxy.
awesome creation
Yeah.
of all the planets aligned with the sun moving around. And it escapes your mind because we're just going through daily life. I got to go to work. I gotta put my clothes on. I have to eat and other little minutia things that pop into our life, and it
Mhm.
kind of like escapes you, right? Because it's like every day, and then you're like, okay. To me, this is how I came to kind of get into this stuff. Is this all there is to life? For
Yeah.
me?
Yeah.
Going
Yeah.
to work, go to school, have a girlfriend, have some kids, and then die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my fear is if I die and, we can go into creation, we don't have to, but my concern is this. When I die and I have to meet my maker and they ask me a question, hey, did you actually ask all the questions about what this reality is? We're going back to like deep thinkers back in the Greeks and the Romans, Plato and those guys, Socrates,
Hmm.
all those types of individuals that, are heavily thinking. That's what I kind of focus on right now. I used to be the guy who used to just follow sports to death and, you know, baseball, basketball, football, and I just started to feel like, am I wasting my time following this stuff?
Yeah.
What are they actually doing for me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are they giving me? They're not giving a shit.
Yeah.
Nope.
I'm giving them my fucking money. I'm giving them my time.
Yeah.
And guess what? You go to these sporting events now and people are like beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
I mean, it's that weird, division of nonsense.
It's like gang mentality.
It's gang mentality. And this is how I'm seeing it right now. We're going to space. It's like, hey man, it's happening here. What makes you think it's not going to happen up there?
Yeah. And like it's probably gonna still have that sort of clique gang mentality.
Oh,
no
yeah.
matter where
Oh,
we
yeah.
go. And again,
Organizations.
that's what I was saying like previously. Like, as I feel like this would just cause more issues right now. Like, just because like of who we are as a people. Like, where we have the like a nearly another Cold War between us, Russia, and China. And so it's gonna be, and now we're gonna have to debate on all that stuff with space as well, like trying to gain all these new informations on who's gonna cement themselves in history and who's the first of this frontier, who's the first of whatever,
Right.
and like, does it really matter? like who's first?
I don't think, I think so. I think it really does matter
Okay.
because whoever has the most toys wins, right?
Yeah,
That's a term.
yeah.
And whoever has keys to the kingdom, you rule it all.
Hmm.
That's pretty much what's been the basis of society here on Earth.
Yeah,
From ancient text, right? Going back to the Romans, going back as far as you can on dominating other cultures,
yeah,
growing your empire, and then it collapses.
yeah.
Like the word right now is United States is going to collapse, right? We're done. That's the term that I'm hearing. Dollar's going to collapse. Society is crumbling. We can honestly, last couple of years, it kind of feels like it.
Hmm.
To me, it does. But then, still have a job. I mean, people are still working, but what are we working towards? What are we working for?
Yeah.
Like the whole COVID thing. Yeah, I'm going to go to work and I might get sick and just kill over.
Hmm.
That's kind of what was everyone's mind, right?
Yeah.
So not going off topic on
not me.
space, but
Not me.
it's really, yeah, I know, not you,
I
man.
was gonna get COVID.
Yeah, me either. Yeah, I'm going to say, hey, I'm not getting any of that
Yeah.
stuff. I'm just going to,
See?
try to, get my immune system, super, super healthy.
Yeah. I refuse to get COVID, so we're good.
I got it. I'm pretty sure you had it, but
I refuse to stop.
yeah, I'm pretty sure you had it like a while back, but just, you just didn't know. But like, I honestly, like, it's that whole existential question of what is the meaning of our lives is honestly just up to, I feel like, self-interpretation.
Yeah, it's free will. It's individual's response.
Hmm.
No one should push it upon you. It's all where you want to go.
Yeah.
So, you have like controlled religion. They want to push you to where you want to go,
Hmm.
and you don't have the non-controlled religion like social media. They want to push you where you want to go,
Hmm.
and you have the news folks, all the people that are like talking points like us.
Mhm.
We're talking, right? We're just talking.
Yeah.
So we're not like, to me, I'm like, hey, you need to believe this stuff.
Yeah.
This to me is intelligence. Part of intelligence is, acquiring knowledge and applying it if you like.
Hmm.
The more you know, they say, the better, but not always.
Yeah.
The more you know could also be a double-edged sword,
Yeah.
right?
Because you could
So
also
ignorance is bliss, they say, right? Ignorance
Yeah.
is bliss. And to me, I'm just looking at this stuff at like I'm just looking at this whole thing from the surface perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And then, anything private I think about, I don't care to share because, folks will twist it around and,
Mhm.
folks will attack you on it or, you know how it goes. There's a bunch of haters out there, but you need haters. That's
Yeah.
like fuel.
Yeah.
Like my favorite person I like to watch is and listen to is David Goggins. I don't know who David Goggins
Yeah.
is, but that guy always says, "Hey man, you got to use that stuff for fuel." So,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and that's the whole thing
Stay
right
hard.
now.
Stay
Yeah, stay
hard.
hard, man. Stay
Stay
hard.
hard.
Yeah, stay hard. So
Yeah.
if you look at it like let's just say we were back in the Roman days and we're kind of walking Earth and we have all these great thinkers right now that are just questioning reality. We just go to social media and we can kind of put a list
Mm-hmm.
of all the folks that are like you know giving their input on you know the world and society and spirituality or whatever you want to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
So which is quite fascinating because I think social media makes you you have that opportunity to just gather information so quickly.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're in awesome times. I mean, I'm not a young buck. I mean, you had to do this shit the hard way, man. You're going to a fucking library, you're opening
Yeah.
books,
Yeah.
you're going to fucking
That's why
the-
we
the-
didn't.
the-
That's why my generation really didn't do a lot of technology because we didn't really. I'm pretty sure we.
yeah,
Just,
you had to go to a copy machine. I had to open up my book and
Yeah.
snap that and write it out and source it out here. I could snapshot this stuff
Yeah.
here and
the
put a
information
link
was.
on there.
Yeah, the
But I got to
information
make
was
sure that the
available.
goddamn link to is not
Yeah.
it is not fake.
Yeah.
Yeah, before you had to go and had to actually go to the library,
Yeah.
open up a book, and then
And read it.
read it,
I've done that before.
and then you have to copy it, and then
And
to get
then-
it out would be hard.
Yeah, and remembering the page that you
Yeah.
actually found this awesome information.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, then to cut it out. I mean, then to get it out would be hard.
They didn't have,
Yep.
dude, they didn't have post-it notes
Yeah,
back then.
you have
I
to
think
mail.
were-
You had to
were-
mail.
They didn't have no post-it
We had scratch
notes.
paper.
Jared, I don't think they even have colored paper.
No,
I think it's just like one blank
we had
color.
color. We had
Do we
paper.
have like
Yeah, we had paper
yellow
colors.
and green?
Yes.
And,
What we did.
yeah, I think
Stop
we did. Or wait, dog ear it. You have to dog ear the book.
Oh yeah.
Dog ear that book and
Or you put a um, like a piece of paper. I mean, like what do you
Page.
call it? A bookmark.
Bookmark.
bookmark. Yeah,
Yeah.
you use bookmarks. I had tons of bookmarks.
Yeah.
Tabs.
Yeah. I was in the transition period of when we went from like the pre-internet to internet. Like, so right before I went to high school, like the internet was just like in its very early days of being a thing when I was in high school. So from there to there, it's just like a constant crazy evolution until I went to college, and now we are where we are now.
Because you're what? You're in your 20s.
28.
So let me ask you a question. So what are the 28-year-old, the 20-year-old right now? What are they thinking? Like, what? I mean, I know you're following all this stuff. Maybe you're not, but what is their take on reality? Like, what are they searching for? What is like? Because I know my 20s. I can tell you
Uh-huh.
right off the bat, it wasn't a lot.
Yeah. Well,
It was like maybe 2 bullet points. It was, find a job, find a girlfriend, and maybe have a beer or two. But that was
Yeah.
really it until you start to grow. So, maybe they're a little bit more intelligent than we are right now.
okay, I feel like for like I guess my current generation is just it's just in the in between of everything. Where like we're trying to find a way of like where everything is as equal as possible and like trying to be like have everyone to be as happy and complacent as possible while also trying to figure out the differences between us, the younger generation, and the older generation, because they are on completely different spectrums on like what they're on what their goals are, right? Like the older generation is a lot more hardworking, a lot more like, but it's also a lot more stubborn and a lot more like it's either A or B. The newer generation thinks anything's possible, and like they're a lot more creative, and they have all the tools. But like with all that creative knowledge, since everything can't be done like the right way. Nothing is the right way. So that's going to be the biggest issue between them and the older generation. Is like, what is the right way?
Right.
Because they always think that there's nothing that's the right way, but the older generation has always found a way to make things work.
Yeah, it's like, I had an older generation.
Mhm.
If I look at my 20s, we go back in time, roll the clock.
Mhm.
I had this older generation, then I have the younger generation, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's based off, it's programming.
Yeah.
When you're a little kid, you're watching, I'm talking for myself, when I'm a kid, I'm watching all this stuff on TV, following all this stuff. So my mind is being programmed by all this stuff.
Yeah.
It's the same stuff over and over. Then once you kind of like, I'm digesting this stuff so much, I'm sick of it.
Mm-hmm.
There's got to be something better. There's
Yeah.
got to be something else.
Yeah.
And that's when you kind of like, I'm gonna open that door. I just want to see what's over there.
Yeah.
Because I've already been down that doorway and I've already been down that corridor there, and I know what it takes me to. And I know what it has. So, but I totally understand your perspective because we've all had that.
Yeah.
I've had that. If I would just go back in time and be in the 20s with you,
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah. So
Man, these older people, man, they're just freaking just grind.
Yeah.
They're grind and grind.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you become the older person, you're like, yeah, I'm a grinder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, grinder is a whole other thing.
And I'm
Oh,
also flexible. And I'm also want to have like, a freedom and all that stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool, man.
Yeah. Fun fact: grinder is
A derogatory term.
no, it is an app.
Oh.
It's the gay hookup app.
Oh, really?
So when you said I'm a grinder, it's like, ooh, yikes.
See, that's all these new terms. I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
I can say these terms and everyone will go, oh man, yeah, like you just said.
Nice.
Are you on that site?
Be like, yeah.
Yeah, thank you for letting me know. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know.
And bro, like low key nowadays, I feel like sexuality is coming to the point where we're going full circle back to the Roman era where it's like it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. What are you thinking, Tim? Like, what's going on with this? So, no comment.
There's no comment here.
Yeah, like it's gonna be like I feel like it's gonna be to a point where like it doesn't matter if you're gay, straight, or anything else. It's just you are what you are. So,
Yeah, you're binary, or
None.
you're non-binary.
Yeah, but
But yeah,
I think if you're not, you're not cool. That's what it's gonna come out to. Ooh, I shouldn't have said that. I should have said that. I should have said that. But
you're gonna get attacked for that one.
well, I mean, it's going that way. It's the
Mm.
majority. It seems like. It seems like it's becoming the majority.
Mm. No, I think
Because-
I don't think it's the majority.
It's
I think
because it's so popular.
no, I feel like there's a difference between the majority and the loud.
Okay.
So like, for example, like we hear a lot about the Taliban in the Middle East. They're not the majority of the Middle East. They're just the loudest, and they have the most buzz around them. So that's going to be like since they're the loudest, they're getting the most attention. That's kind of how I feel like the most of the what they are classified as like the minority, either sexualities or races. Like they are, it's not. A lot of the ideas are based off who's the loudest rather what the majority actually believes. So like, and I don't think it's gonna be like cool to be gay. It's just like they're just trying to. I feel like a lot of the people are out. They're out there to say like I am the way I am, and I'm just trying to have you accept it.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
I'm cool with like you being how you are and accepting it. But that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's fine.
Free will, free
Yeah,
choice.
yeah, that's fine.
No one can tell you what you are and what you're not.
Mhm.
So
that
I
makes
am what
free
I
will.
am, and that's fine.
Yeah.
and you are what you are, and that's fine. I'm fine with that.
Mhm.
I'm fine with that.
Mhm.
Leave it at that.
Next topic.
No, but I'll leave it at that. That's
Yeah.
where that's the part. That's the part that I get. And
Yeah.
a lot of people have that same problem. I mean, I don't have any problems with anything
Yeah.
there. I have a problem with you are what you are. Okay,
Mhm.
I am what I am. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Do you
Yeah.
understand? You understand
Yeah.
what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. Okay, so
Mhm.
don't attack me. That's what I mean. I mean, it's my opinion, and I'm sure there are a lot of people with the same opinion, but they see it a little different.
Yeah, because like there is gonna be like also like a gray area of like where's the line, where's the like where's the point of where you're ignorant or where you're naive.
Because there's a lot of people that are like, if you say something, then they get offended on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, this is where the research is so valid and so critical on anything.
Mm-hmm.
Is a lot of folks don't research; they just
But even
hear
if
it,
but
and
even
then
if
they
you're
disagree or
but even if you researched it, there's a problem of this side and this side. If you call them this, the way it comes out and the way they take it, no matter what side, then it becomes a problem.
yeah, if you're like forcing your views on another's
Yes.
view, then that's
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying.
kind of like
But that's what I'm
you
saying.
gotta be careful
Yeah.
how you phrase it, and
Yeah. From both sides, though.
from both sides.
Yes.
Yeah, there's
That's why I say
that's
I
why
am what
having
I am.
conversations is
I am
good.
what I am. And we'll keep it. You are what you are, and we're good. Go ahead, Jordan. Jordan
But
has
it's
something
gonna
to
get really complicated when we scan in space.
say. I'm alien, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you having this conversation in space, you got nowhere to go, man.
I'm
You're
an
like-
alien.
there's no
I'm an alien.
Yeah.
there's not going to be any safe zone. Maybe I mean, it's going to be pretty tight quarters.
Yeah.
folks that
Well, that's
however-
fine, but still, I am what I am. You are what you are, and we're good.
Mhm.
There you
So it
go.
doesn't really make a difference. There's no problem with it. As long as we are good with what we are and we don't hate on the other one, then we're fine.
Yeah,
That's gonna be an
exactly.
issue though, because
Not everybody. Not everybody.
Well, I was gonna go back into the space topic of like when we do go into space, a lot of people don't think I am what I am, you are who you are, because it's gonna be like
I think a lot of people that go up there first are going to be who they are because
they have enough money to be whoever the hell they want to be.
Yeah, us going there is like like us going, it's going to be different unless we're picked. And then we could be like Twilight Zone and for the menu for people up there.
Oh, nice.
You probably haven't seen Twilight Zone, but yeah,
No,
Twilight Zone. has-
I've seen some episodes.
yeah, the one where it says to feed. No, yeah, there's one that where the aliens come down and they start helping people,
Mm-hmm.
and they have spaceships to go live with them, but they're really the food
Yeah.
to serve men. So that's really a menu instead of to serve men.
Oh, you
Yeah.
talking about the old TV show
Yeah.
Heat?
Yeah, no, that was Twilight Zone.
Oh, in Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they had like a thing that said to serve man, and it was a menu actually.
Mm-hmm.
So a cookbook.
Yeah.
But
Cookbook.
nobody knew it, and they were trying
Yeah.
to research it. Then finally, when one of the planes was or ships were taken off, she was like, "Don't go.
Mm-hmm.
It's a cookbook. It's to serve man."
Mm-hmm.
And then too late.
Nice.
But they give you everything. They were promising you everything. And when you
Well,
go up there, it was great.
cool. But you know,
I would have been there. I'm sorry. I would have been food. I would have went.
Mm.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. I'd be too claustrophobic.
They would have told me I can ride my bike up there, and then if I fall, I'm going to get hurt. So kind of, whoa. See?
But like at that point, like what? Oh, let's really think about it. This like if you're riding your dirt bike in space,
Yes.
a lot of it will be cool.
I'm so happy.
I feel like a lot of it would be really cool the first time. And then like after a while, you'll get used to it. And then after a while, you'll get annoyed at it. So I feel like that's how everything goes.
40-something years. I haven't gotten annoyed yet. So what are you talking about?
No, like with the new development. So it's gonna be like completely different.
My development pretty much hasn't really changed that much. All these.
And you're gonna do a 500-foot jump, and yeah, it's crazy on Earth. But that eventually go like, he ain't crap. Like when he's on the moon.
But I do 110 foot or 105 foot, 100 foot.
Mhm.
It's still fun.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
So if I go up there and I'm doing a little bit more, I'm good. Even if I do 100 foot up there, I'm still having fun.
Yeah, but I feel like once you're gonna, I feel like you're gonna jump. You're gonna do that massive jump, and you're like, whoa! And then eventually you'll be so long up there, like, all right, when am I gonna come down? Like, when am I gonna actually land on
George,
this
There's
jump?
no gravity.
Sure, I'm still on my motorcycle.
Yeah.
Like, where's this thing?
As long as you're hearing the engine roving, raving,
Even I'm not even.
revving up,
It
and
could be electric. I'm cool, but as long as I'm on my
as long as you
motorcycle,
have the feel of some handlebars and
long as I'm
got a
just-
helmet on.
yeah, smiling inside, smiling, just smiling. That's all. That's all we're looking at, everybody. Just smiling. Happy day, happy times, happy Tim.
Because you love riding.
No, I like it a lot.
You love riding. That's a shame. A callback to earlier things.
Yeah.
So, what about you? Well, like, how do you think all of this is just going to shape our perspectives of reality in a way?
How's it going to shape us? I don't think we have any, we don't have any choice. It's actually shaping us
Mm-hmm.
on demand.
Mm-hmm.
So you are going with the flow. It's just like when you work for a company, you go in there and they have their criteria, and
Yeah.
you flow with it.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening right now on planet Earth, is that we're just flowing with whatever is being thrown our way. Not everybody though.
Yeah,
Not everybody's
Like,
doing it.
a lot of the newer generation, they don't want to go the way everything's flowing. They kind of want to go back. Your kind of generation kind of does that a little bit.
Well, I
not
think
much.
you guys, I think the generation right now, because I do have like conversations with folks that feel like they're in between, because they're listening to like the music we grew up with, rock and roll from the 80s and 70s, and their response is, "You guys have the best music out back in that time." So it's like this vicious cycle.
Mhm.
On the folks that I talk to, they're not like in their 20s.
Yeah.
They're kind of a little bit younger than you.
My last concert was an Iron Maiden concert.
There you go. So you agree, oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, then see, I'm spot on then, right?
Yeah.
Because
Well-
the music now is like
Like,
it has like this, I don't know, like movie. It's just in general movies. The whole dynamic of Hollywood, spinning their way where they wanted to see society go,
hmm
and
Yeah, right now we have a lot of superhero movies. and
tons of
that's,
superhero
That's what it is. There's no more. Yeah,
it's,
it's mostly all
just a,
superhero.
it's just it's a remake
but
of
I
everything.
I feel like that's honestly just it's just a current cycle right now because I feel like superhero movies now are like what your generation saw as Western films. 'Cause there was
Oh.
a crap ton of Western films, like
Rom-com.
rom-com. Oh, that was like 80s was rom-com. Like 80s,
Rom-com?
90s was like
Kind of
the big-
romantic comedies.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the funny romantic comedy.
yeah, like,
where it's
so, but like,
clean,
I'm saying
clean
like,
fun.
Yeah, that was 80s.
yeah,
Yeah, it was 80s.
70s was more.
okay, yeah, like,
That was 70s or more Western
yeah,
Western.
because it
and,
was after the Flower Child movement. That
Yeah.
was in 60s.
They had some space programs. They had some, Twilight Zone and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Kind of, and they had these other offshoot TV shows on TV, like In Search of. I remember that
Yeah.
one. Maybe it was the 80s.
yeah, like, well, because like Star Wars was in the 70s, and then like Star Trek was like early 80s, like late 70s, early 80s.
Well, you have the Space Odyssey by Stanley Kubrick. I think that's maybe in the
Land of the Lost.
Land of Lost. That's a TV show, right?
Yeah, Land of the Lost.
Yeah.
Oh.
So.
Oh.
With the Slee Stacks.
Yeah, no, that was Land of the Lost. And then what was the other one with yeah, that was Will, right, with the robot. She would be like this.
Oh, man, escape.
And Master Will, they had the chimp, right? They had the chimpanzee or the. Oh, yeah, look it up. Land of the Lost.
Oh, with Chaka.
Chaka, yeah.
Yeah,
Chaka was a
Land of the Lost.
primate.
What's interesting is that they have this gold Slee Stack.
Yeah.
And going off topic, or not saying off topic, but kind of aligned with the ancient civilization. The cuneiform, the Sumerian tablets. They had these two gods, Enki and Enlil.
Yeah.
So in the land of the lost, the Götzli, his name was Enki.
Yeah.
So which means he was, part of the creation of man.
Yeah.
So which is interesting. So that's a whole different thing.
And
you
they
guys
were
can research on.
that's where the lizard people come from.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The reptilians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Land of Lost and Lost in Space. Oh, that's what it. Lost in
Oh,
Space was
Lost
with
in
the robot.
Space.
With
Yeah,
the
that's right.
robot.
Right.
Lost in Space.
Lost in space. That's right.
I think he just died. One of the guys from Lost in Space just died. The professor.
Mm.
But they always had like a family,
Yeah.
and they were gone.
Yeah. So, but like, I feel like everything is just trying to like reflect of how work is trying to. Yeah, I guess like how art is reflecting our society. Because like the '60s, and like the Western films was all about like just trying to establish your home, like establish like the original American idealism of like this is my land. I'm here to protect myself, protect it, and like just establish myself as a person, like hardworking American person.
White picket fence.
Yeah.
2 kids.
Yeah, well, like they didn't even have that white picket fence. It was just like the building of that.
Yeah.
So, and then when you go and you see how it pivoted into rom-coms in like the '80s, it was more of like you see Pretty Woman is just trying to find like the emotional aspects of like completing yourself. Like how am I gonna be like how am I gonna love myself and be able to love someone else as well, and like just being able to follow into those types of idealisms. And then I feel like in the '90s, the big things were comedies actually. So like
Nobody cared.
yeah, like no, it was just it got to like the point of like pure like where the world is just so satirical and stupid that you can live in it and it doesn't matter. It's just you just have fun, you know. Like those were like that was the era of like Zoolander, and
Off
like,
the chart
yeah,
comedies
yeah.
that
Like,
were just
yeah, Friday. Like
Stop. Friday's good.
I know, but
It's not just Friday. Stop.
yeah no, but it's still
Napoleon Dynamite. We could say Napoleon Dynamite.
Napoleon Dynamite, Nacho Libre.
Nacho. Yes.
South Park was born in the '90s as well. So and like then 2000s was now everything's just action based, where like you just need constant visual eye candy in order to maintain anyone's attention span. Like I feel like you're like the main issue with everything now is that we don't have any sort of attention span for anything. Like if it's gonna capture our eye, it better just go explode and like just go everywhere.
well, that's why the movies are so loud.
Yeah.
There's all this movement for your eyes and everything because too much dialogue. I mean, even when I was talking to you guys were actually getting sleepy
Mhm.
because my slides were, supposed to be where you keep your attention span.
Mhm.
But,
No, I can't see the slide, so I'm trying to look at
gotcha.
Yeah. And
Just joking, man. So
I have ADHD.
yeah,
so.
me too.
You
I
know,
actually see things
but
backwards.
also, Jordan was reading something. He doesn't have the glasses on, so he was really struggling
Yeah.
to see the
I don't have my
screen.
glasses either. It's crazy when I see it. So going back to like the Western, I think the message to me is like the message as you're talking about it, just kind of just comes to my head is like they're telling us, yeah, we're still in the wild, wild west.
Yeah.
Everything's still up for grabs, and we're gonna do what we need to do to grab it from you guys. So that's why they kind of like pound you with the Wild West, dominating, the indigenous people here on the planet at that time, and then going
Yeah.
back, as far as you can, with other movies. So that's how my take is on it. Could be right, could be wrong, but it's just my view and my opinion when I see sort of stuff like that with the movie industry, pretty much brainwashing you.
Yeah.
and the action movies, yeah, their graphics are off the chain. Is that
Yeah.
is that another is that what kind of website is that one off the chain? Is that a website?
No,
I don't know
no,
yet.
it's not a
Okay, cool.
website.
That's just-
I got a little nervous before I said that word.
No, off,
I don't know if that's some sort of other weird stuff out there.
Off the chain, still off the chain.
yeah, off
Gotcha.
off the chain is just. I think it's just a dated term.
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure.
Well,
yeah.
I am dated, so I stick with the terms that I've been using for a long time, and I like to throw them at the the younger generation of my work because you'll be surprised.
No, I'm pretty sure like I'm the last generation that would get that reference in particular. And then
Yeah, because
right
your dad's
Yeah.
your dad's the one that's saying it. Like for
Heard that.
example, I was
he
at
never says
I
that.
never seen
oh,
that.
never said one. Okay,
No,
Well-
it was just like it was at the tail end of when it was still in movies.
yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, I feel like that was like a more of a skater term, you know.
Yeah,
Like
it's
that.
like kind of trying to be cool term.
Yeah,
Like, you can say it only
Yeah,
to
the
some
radical,
friends.
the
Maybe
bomb.
on movies, yeah, the bomb or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah, I remember one time I was working for this office and I used a term called I'm trying to think of it, I lost my train of thought. Tiger team.
I can see.
Yeah, they're like, what's a tiger team?
I don't even.
I don't know
Tiger
that
Team
one
is.
is.
I don't either. You're by yourself. in
Yeah,
this one.
you're alone.
Yeah, okay, maybe I am. Let's see. I used a bunch of terms. They didn't understand them. But yeah,
That's
Tiger team is what NASA would use to build the super team.
Oh, see, that's
Or,
what
you could have been like the A team.
I was
Yeah,
thinking
you
more
said
like I was
AJ.
thinking more like Charlie with Tiger Blood.
Oh, there you go.
See, that's about as close as I got.
Yeah, so pretty much Tiger Team is like you get a group of people together that know their job, know their role, and you're not micromanaging them, and they do what they need to do to get the job done. It's kind of like your podcast.
I wish I worked for one of those.
Everyone is. I know, me too. Everyone's like on their. That's a fun part about podcasts, right? You're all individual. We're all individual. We have our own perspective and things. And the only one that's going to determine if we're smart or not is ourselves, right?
No, in our
Well-
eyes.
Oh, I'm sure these folks are.
8 people,
They'll
9
have
people.
they'll have their opinion, but
Yeah, that's the reason like we do the podcast is because it's your opinion, it's his opinion. But that's our opinion. We're not trying to force on anybody. We're just like
We're just sharing it.
yeah, sharing our opinion. And
Yeah.
maybe it could be like somebody else's opinion. They're like, oh, and it keeps going and
Right.
whatever. But it's just that's all I'm looking at. Our
Yeah.
opinion, and everybody has one.
yeah, I started this off as real life things that are actually occurring
Yeah.
Yeah.
in the world, and then you add your
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 opinion.
understanding of
Yeah,
it.
yeah, you're
My
saying
understanding of it could be totally wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yes.
I'm just
Yeah.
trying to figure
yeah.
out
Who does know?
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows if this is even reality?
Yeah, we could
I
look
could
through
be dreaming right now.
we can look through our whole slide, and then you could say like you could find the exact opposite somewhere else.
Oh, absolutely. There,
You know?
you can always find poke holes and stuff.
Yes.
Yes.
So it's never.
That's the nature of checks and balance.
Mhm.
On hey, I need to research a little bit more. This I don't know if this is even reality or this is even true. So
Yeah, it's like flat Earth.
Yeah,
Flat Earth,
flat Earth.
round Earth. There's
yeah, I mean, how do we know it? I mean, there's images from NASA everywhere saying that everything's round, but I've never been up there.
Mhm.
I don't know. I mean, I've been in airplanes, plenty of planes, and I can kind of see the horizon a little bit, but I don't know. I haven't been up there.
Yeah, we don't know. Just you have to listen. I mean, we could say yes, we could say no. It's up to it's your opinion.
Just on anything.
Yeah,
Like,
but when we go up there, we'll find out.
yeah, and then you come back and you tell everybody it's
And then
if
they
it's
won't.
not flat. They're gonna still say, "Oh man, you're I don't believe you."
Yeah,
Yeah.
but if you went up there
Skeptic. Right?
when you take off, how do you know?
We're
Oh,
all
yeah, who
What
knows
happened?
if you're actually
Really
going
going
to
up.
space? Yeah,
Yes.
true.
Yeah, how do I know that rocket's even real? They just might,
Put you in a
I might be
studio.
I might be at a Disneyland ride at the Star Wars thing. It's,
Yeah.
Takes us up, moves us over somewhere else, and there's a big like area. You're cool. We're there. You know,
And
Truman
Go
Show.
through that door right there, and it's a
It could be-
simulation.
could be Truman
you
Show.
try like I'm leaving. You open the door and like it's just
Right.
sun's
Yeah.
like
Could be like a Truman Show. You never know.
Yeah, perfect example, man. Good analogy, Truman Show.
I just live.
But hey, you get to wear a helmet, Tim, if you do go to space, right?
I don't really. I'm good without a helmet.
You're good without it.
I mean, for
Yeah,
riding my bike, I'm good.
Have you seen the new space helmets like SpaceX has the guys wearing?
No,
Have you looked at them?
no.
when you get a chance, look at them. And,
Let's see.
Oh, yeah, we can look at them.
You know, kind of like compare it to, you know, how the 60s and 70s helmets they had, you know, the big ones with the big domes on
Yeah.
it. A lot of folks they kind of like think that the helmets, you know,
Ooh.
look a little, you know, they're aerodynamic.
Oh, Lil Nas X.
Oh, no.
Yeah, like kind of like
Wanna open it up?
they kind of look
Yeah.
like the helmets from the video game Halo.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do look like Halo.
Yeah, look like
Click on it.
Halo. And also too, there are
Yeah.
some, you know, the ancient astronauts. There's these little figurines
Mhm.
that have like the carvings of the helmets. They kind of look like that too. So if you type in, you know, ancient astronauts of the figurines, you know, when you guys get an opportunity,
Well,
They
we
kinda-
have
Yeah,
opportunity.
no, we
right
have the
now.
opportunity right now.
there you go.
We already showed one of them. Just show the other one now. Jordan can't spell ancient.
I know. I also can't spell. I can't spell astronaut either. Wait,
They are tongue
no, I
twisters.
spelled ancient correctly. Shut
Okay,
up.
I can't see it from here.
Oh, I couldn't spell astronaut correctly.
Okay. Astro. Not.
Ancient astronaut, Guatemala.
Yeah, that would probably be the most famous one there. Yep, there you go, right there. That's more like a
Click on it, Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's a
Nope,
pretty
can't do it.
popular
Pinterest.
image. There's a TV show called Ancient Aliens. I don't know if you guys heard that
Ooh,
show. It's on
yeah, look at this one.
History
We can't look
Channel.
at it. You're on Pinterest. They're not going to show you. Go back to the other one and
Well,
push
like-
images.
Yeah,
Oh,
Hidden
well, because like
Images.
you can see this one. Right
I don't think I can click on that. Not that we're really popular, but they'll kick us off YouTube.
No, because Pinterest is public.
Oh, it is?
Like it's not like copyrighted. We could look at Pinterest and be okay with it. So like we could go to Pinterest. Like we just
Okay, there. We're on Pinterest.
yeah. So like you could see like just an assortment for like the first two.
Yeah, so like that, the image right there, they have it's maybe 1, 2, 3, the fifth one down. This guy right here, that's a
Yeah.
pretty popular image that
Oh.
they use a lot in the TV show Ancient Aliens, the first one there.
Yeah.
This whole thing right here, it's in the Mayan. I believe it's in Mexico, the Mayan temple. I might be incorrect on the location, but that is a very popular one that the folks use on that TV show. But so you see the carvings here.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently, you know, there has been some sort of space exploration in ancient times, you know, because these folks are carving this stuff out in stone. So that's the big question.
Yeah. You're getting a little frisky in this one right here. But yeah, like it's
Or like that guy, Big Dan.
Yeah, that's,
Dan.
that's,
No one to the right. It's Big Dan. Nice.
well, that's a MOA. That's on Easter Island.
yeah. But like
Good job, Jordan.
yeah, whatever.
So little things like that, you know, that kind of, you know, go back to the stone and star a discussion on archaeoastronomy is where, you know, you're looking at these stones and they have those types of carvings in there as well, you know, pretty much the college calls it art,
Yeah.
you know, but they're messages, right? There's some sort of telltale sign of what these folks saw or if they were them.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. It could all be a hoax. You know, it's going off of.
Some guy just did like right before they all walked in. It's got like a little crazy, like gotta make this conspiracy true.
Yeah, but you have to admit. I mean, they were pretty good at this carving in stone.
Yeah.
I mean, they were pretty detailed. I mean, that's pretty amazing from
Yeah.
folks that probably everyone thinks they're
Yeah, but like
primitive.
yeah, but like there's all kinds of like different types of things that they've always like had knowledge of because they used the stars to tell like where we were going.
Here's the thing: is like us, we're having a discussion, right? You know, we're putting this together.
Mhm.
Who sat them down to teach them this stuff? They just created out of thin air.
Yeah.
I mean, there has to be a teacher on everything, right?
Yeah, like
you
I-
learn from somewhere.
Yeah, well, I
No,
feel like a lot
not
of
You
really.
don't think so? You
I
just
think
know
like
all,
last you
all
just
knowing?
try stuff. You just
Mhm.
you just like and then you have an idea and you try and fix something, try to make something. You know, like hey, can you get this done? And like
So if
I
you
think-
if us three right now say, okay, we have the tools in here. Let's build something that will be beneficial to mankind. Do you think we can do it?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Like if we really wanted to, or like
we had the time.
another issue is
If
like
we had the time and the resources.
we'd also need to find a need. Like I feel
I
like
did. We did.
yeah,
I made this.
yeah.
And,
Yeah.
you know, and then there's I mean, I don't know if there's a need
Well,
for
see,
it.
that's the
I don't know
other
if there's
thing.
need, but hopefully there's. But we built this so that we can have people go.
Right.
And then there's other stuff like, you know, you just, I mean, if you really like you'll figure something out if you have to. Your
Mhm.
brother, your dad, you know,
Right.
everybody figures things out and they make it work.
Well, the other thing is that I don't think a lot of folks, you know, they really don't know they need something until it's created.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
They're
a
like,
lot. That's
oh, I never
Yeah.
knew I needed that car.
there's a lot of things
Now I can drive and
Yeah.
ride on a horse. For,
I never knew I needed a motorcycle until I got
yeah,
one.
and you're
Now I
like,
need it.
man, I don't know.
Now I need it.
Yeah, I didn't know I needed the heat because I'm so hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, that one. I feel like there's a difference between like the natural needs and then the needs of the now. You know.
Right.
Like, you know what? I never knew I needed.
The fulfillment needs.
I never
yeah,
needed Google
big
Maps.
gap.
I never thought I did.
Yeah, but now
But
now it's available.
once I got it, it was like, oh, this is much better than MapQuest or Randy McNally.
Oh, dude, MapQuest sucks. MapQuest.
No, it didn't.
sucks.
No, it didn't. It got me everywhere I wanted to be. So stop. It didn't.
But like you'd have to print it out.
That's
and,
fine, and it got me wherever I needed to be. Just like you say, your phone sucks. It doesn't. The phone does things. It might hiccup here and there, but still does fine. That's what you need.
It worked great for
Yeah, for
it
its
worked
time.
great for you for your time.
Yeah,
because
and then-
we're like, man, this is awesome.
Yeah. Once it does something wrong, you're like, what the? This thing sucks. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
And then after, it's okay.
Yeah.
Once you lose a level, you're mad, and then or you couldn't find a Pokemon. This thing sucks. But then once you find the Pokemon, oh, this thing's great. It's back. How soon you forget?
Yeah, I'll forget again.
Yeah.
I'll forget again.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. Like people forget. Like this car sucks, but it got you everywhere you need to be. Maybe
Mhm.
it was human error that didn't do the maintenance, or didn't check this, didn't check that. That's
But like, I always feel like on MapQuest, like I missed my turn.
all you do is go, turn around, and come back. It's pretty simple. It's pretty simple.
It's pretty dangerous too because you gotta look at your phone.
No,
and
Map-
unless you have like Uber driver or
No, we're talking MapQuest. Remember MapQuest?
Oh, MapQuest. Oh yeah,
When you have
MapQuest.
You have all the things you got to read it.
It just had the pure directions like on the list.
it was hard to MapQuest wasn't even on your phone back then. It was
No.
It was just on
your
the computer.
laptop. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
you
you
have
had
to
to
print
print
out.
it
out.
Yep.
Laptop.
You had to print it out. It's like
Mhm.
the old school Thomas guide. I think.
Well, yeah, the Thomas guy before, you'd have to. I remember my dad. He would like get it out, and he would get the Thomas guy. We're going to Pennsylvania. He'd like,
Go to
write down-
page
write down
242 and
then like, he'd just write it down. He'd have all of it where he's going, and it'd be all written down. And he'd go to highway.
do you still
40?
have a Thomas guide?
Yes, I do.
You should bust it out and do like see if everyone can
Do that.
figure it out.
Can you imagine like that? I'm pretty sure you could make that like a game, and people would actually try to make that a thing.
What?
Like just
Where's Jordan? And then
yeah,
try and figure it out.
yeah. Like you have to figure out how to get there through a Thomas guide. Like you can
I
make
think
that
the
a video
Thomas
game.
guide should be like in everybody's car because
Yeah.
if technology goes down, your phone goes down, right? You
Yeah.
need to bust it out. Have you used one before?
No.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I have actually.
yeah. We were somewhere, and I asked you to look for it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I have used the Thomas
Yeah.
guide.
Yeah, we still had the MapQuest, but you looked at the Thomas guide to look at the whole picture, so we knew where we're at.
Mhm.
So I
The
had both.
detail on that thing was amazing, right?
Yes.
It was clear.
Yeah.
It was concise.
So how'd that happen?
The graphics,
Yeah, exactly.
the printing on it, man, it
Yeah,
was awesome.
But who did they draw it out? Somebody draw it?
They had CAD back then. I don't think that's hand drawn. It looks like it was the older version of like a CAD. 'Cause they've always had CAD. They've always had before it was called AutoCAD.
But you figured like some of the guys that did the maps, they were all hand done. But that's not too long ago, but they were done by hand.
oh yeah,
Like
yeah.
your whole map was made. Like
By hand.
somebody jumped, looked at the earth, and then went. Then they jumped up again, looked at the earth. Because
They're
like
from space, man. They're low
Aliens.
aliens. They were flying in planes, which is just the next step of getting a rocket
Yeah.
up into space.
I guess they just knew it from memory. They knew how it was already done.
Right,
Mm.
right.
Because to do all the whole map and then go to city by city and write down that city with
Mhm.
all the streets, it's not like now they just drive through them
hmm
and they take a video. But back then they had to know each every street.
Yeah.
It was actually on the history, like the what's it called, the city planning. City planning had their whole street, and then they'd make a picture of it.
Yeah, you can walk into the. I don't know if they do it anymore, but they used to always have a big map in the planning department when you walk in.
Yeah, they still have it.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, so you go in there and you can see exactly where you are. So you can drive and go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because there's actually a very popular video game right now, where
Pokemon Go.
no,
Oh.
it's like
Mario Brothers. Mario Brothers is so popular here.
He
right?
plays that.
yeah, I played that. There's they have a Google image, and they just have a specific spot on Google image, and you can look around, and you have to guess where you are on a map.
Nice.
I can't remember what that game's called.
Let's probably try Google Image. Try to find out where you are.
That would be very.
Generic.
They're like markers. Hey, you know what this marker is.
That's kind of like Find Waldo. Where's Waldo?
Yeah.
But he was in pictures.
Yeah, I think I saw a couple images like when scrolling through social media where there's a Denny sign. I think there's this on Instagram called SoCal.
Mhm.
You're like, hey, where is this located at? Oh yeah, that's off the 10 freeway somewhere.
We lost Jordan.
Yeah, I no, I gotta figure out the name of that video because it will bug me.
Okay. All right, Pete. Well, that was good. We had a great
Yeah.
time. We had a great time. We're gonna do it again
Absolutely. Yeah,
Yes.
let me know
whenever you're
what
ready.
other topics you guys want to
No,
Oh,
discuss.
that's what it's called. It's called GeoGuessr. Yeah. So sorry about that.
No worries.
Jordan's happy. Jordan's happy.
Yeah.
Put together a slide and roll with it.
Yeah. This game's pretty interesting. Like they just put you on a map, and you gotta just like somewhere in the world, and you
Wanna
just
see
have to figure out
There it is
where
right
you
there.
are,
There it is. Explore the world.
and it's free.
I did that.
Oh.
Explore the world. Or the United States.
Yeah.
What-
I did that.
Yeah, send me that link when you get a chance.
I did explore
Yeah.
I did explore
Yeah.
the United States.
For sure.
They used to put me at somewhere.
Yeah, but like the people that are like really good at this game, they get crazy into it. Like they'll look at a tree and they'll say that tree's only like in this area, and then you could look at the license plate to see like where they are, like what color license plate they have, and then you'll be able to tell which country you're in or wherever you are. And there's like just small little like details, and like it's a fun game. Like,
Nice.
yeah, but check that out. You're really into.
Yeah, I
Just-
mean, it's part of my job too, and my career is locating stuff,
Mhm.
mapping out stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you guys, your audience or anybody, they want to, reach out to me. I have a LinkedIn page.
Okay.
You just find my name, Pete Rodriguez, Orbit King Inc. Or you can find me on Instagram at orbit.pete as well. And I'm gonna be actually gonna be launching my
Pull it up.
my podcast pretty soon, and
Uh,
it's gonna be called the Present Day Agenda. So definitely invite you guys when it's ready to rock.
Orbit King.
What's that? Is that ready to rock? Is that another offshoot website I should be careful of not saying?
Ready
So I
to
can
rock?
put down my Excel spreadsheet update on terminologies that I need to
That's not
catch
it.
up with.
Ooh, that's not it.
Still not up yet.
Yeah, so if you
What
have
is-
a LinkedIn account,
No, what is your
Yeah.
Instagram?
Excuse me.
Your Instagram is what?
Sorry.
Instagram?
Oh,
Instagram?
it's orbit.pete.
Orbit.pete.
Yeah,
Uh-huh. Ooh.
Like those.
yeah.
Those are orbits.
Yeah, so it's
Turns out
fairly
they're good.
fairly new built up.
This is our first time actually with Jordan at the
There you go.
Yeah, there we go.
there it is.
Yeah,
2 posts. Killing it.
just 2 posts. Yeah, I don't post much on this,
Xmile,
folks. I
Xhouse,
usually follow
8
folks.
Mhm.
So I do this every year. That's a thing that David Goggins does. Every March, he has a thing called 4x4x48.
Yeah.
And you run 4 miles, maybe 4 hours for 48 hours. That's every March. I think he does it around maybe March 5th.
4 miles every 4 hours.
Yeah, this will be this. I've done it already twice. So I missed the first year, so it's coming up again. So it'll be the 4th annual.
What do you do when you don't sleep?
Huh?
You don't sleep.
You never sleep. You sleep a little bit.
Stay hard.
Yeah, the first time I did it
Go
was
hard.
with my trainer, and with a couple other people in there as well. My girlfriend, myself, with um, one other guy. I forgot his name, but we did that. And then last year, I did it solo. So this year, I'm going to be getting ready to start doing it again. You start training around this time, around August. So
Okay.
yeah, so pretty
4
interesting.
miles. That's what, a little over a 5K. So that's what, 25 minutes?
No, man, you can run that thing in 25 minutes. You're a stud. I do mine in about 40 minutes,
Okay.
and that's at a snail's pace, 45. And then you go back and you rest. And you actually start at, what's my schedule say right there? I think I start at 8 p.m.
Yeah.
So you start at 8 p.m. and then you do another one at midnight. And then you do another one at 4 a.m. and 8 a.m. and you repeat the cycle. That will definitely, and you know, you can, it's for a worthy cause, so you can do donate to special causes, or you know, whatever your folks you want to do that. So it's quite interesting.
All right.
Yep.
So it's like it's kind of like a pledge ordeal.
Yeah, you do it on your own.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like you're going to a bunch of folks. Last year he met at different locations, and you can run with them, which I did.
Mm-hmm.
And he smoked us all, man. I was like,
That's what he does.
Yeah, he's like,
That's what he does. Goes hard.
Yeah.
he just crushes everybody, man. And
Mm-hmm.
so I was like dead last, but yeah,
Nice.
usually you do it on your own. There's no
Mhm.
one watching over the honor system. It's all between you and that time. So,
Okay.
but you don't need to run. You could do a bike. You can do swimming, whatever. You just-
Sleeping?
You can sleep if you want.
Yeah, sleep for 4
Yeah,
hours.
You can sleep 4 hours, wake up.
That sounds fun.
Even if you do one or two, you know, you give it a shot. You know, you don't need to do the whole cycle. If you make it, you know, that's how you get better and things, right?
Mm-hmm. Just going
There it is, George.
off the paint.
There it is, George.
Yeah,
There it is, George.
exactly.
That's gonna be what I can do.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can do that. Let's see. Put your mind to it. Go hard.
Well, you guys, man.
Stay hard. Stay hard.
It's
Yeah,
gonna be
exactly.
that's
Yeah.
difficult. I got so many I have so many things I gotta do.
Dude, 30 minutes, 40 minutes an hour. 40 minutes every 4 hours, you're good.
I got work.
You work from home.
I have to sit down to work.
And then you run, on your lunch break, you run 40 minutes and come back and
Well, I'll send you guys an invite if you want to do it. You know,
Yeah.
it's up to you guys.
Yeah,
But
well,
I always ask.
Jordan's down, everybody.
Why is he volunteering me?
Jordan's down, everybody.
I don't know why he's volunteering
We're
me.
gonna have Jordan do it and then everybody pledge.
Yeah, the next time you see me, I'll probably lose about 20 pounds. So I'm getting ready for it. So my
Ooh,
my
losing 20
diet
pounds.
intake.
See, Jordan's down now.
Yeah, I'm a little heavy.
Him
right
and
now.
AA run. I'm calling you out, AA run.
Yeah.
Okay,
He's got to do it from now until his wedding, which is like
Yes.
this weekend.
he's ready. No, you're gonna do it in March. You'll do it for my birthday.
Your birthday.
Yeah,
Well, you
do it
should
for-
start training around November.
Do it
and
for
take
my birthday,
I'm gonna suffer.
and then you
Start
can do it for
training.
your birthday,
Uh-huh.
for my birthday and your birthday.
Our birthday. So I have to do it from your birthday to my birthday.
No, it's only 40. Dude, it's 48 hours.
I like Tim. He's like, "Come on, do it," and he's like, "Not volunteering himself."
Yeah, it's only 48 hours,
Yeah,
George.
no, yeah, that's yeah.
You can walk it too. I mean,
Yeah,
if
George, so you could walk
you
it too.
can you can jog walk. You can do the
You
you can do the 80s walk like this. You know, the power walkers.
Yeah.
I do that too. I mean,
You know, there's a
endurance
that's an Olympic
runners
sport.
do that.
Yeah.
You know, they do the power walking and run and power walk.
Power walking is like a whole other Olympic sport.
The funny part was I keep saying to him do it, but if I told him let's do it, I'd be doing it alone. He'd still be not doing it.
No, like if I didn't have to work, I'd probably do it. And no, because you would make me look like a bitch. And I would.
One day.
I work.
Oh,
You
one
take-
day?
I work.
Yes,
too,
it's
so I
48
do.
hours.
Oh, I could do it on one
See,
day.
it's 40 hours.
Wait,
4
it
hours.
starts on a Friday.
It's 4
Starts on a
days. I
Friday.
think it's 4 hours. I mean, 4 miles every 4 hours for 48 hours.
Oh, then I could do it.
I know you could.
Yeah. I could
That's what I'm saying. You got this. You and AA run. AA run.
All right. Yeah, that's gonna be a bitch though.
No, you're strong.
Oh,
You're ready. Stay strong.
oh, that's also. I've walked.
You and Chelsea do it. Chelsea
I
runs
walk-
already.
Um,
Chelsea does it. Just go with her. Help her out.
I walked 32 miles before.
Yeah, see? We're ready.
Yeah, I walked from here to the Ink Canyon waterfall and back.
Yeah, see? Not from here, from over there.
Oh, it was even farther.
Yeah. No, it wasn't. It's straight up.
Yeah, but it was
Yeah.
also all uphill.
Yeah, he got in trouble for that. 'Cause he crossed the street, everybody. All right, so all right, Pete. Well,
Well, hey man, thank you for inviting me on
yeah,
here,
it
man.
was great.
a
It
pleasure.
was great. Yes.
Good seeing you guys.
We'll do it again.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
just let me know when. And everybody, go follow Pete.
On everything.
Thank
And
you guys.
And he's ready to go. We're going to have him back, and he's going to have some more stuff. He has some good stuff. Some real good stuff. I talked to Paul, and Paul said he's going to get him and Pete together, and they got some stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
That's his brother. That's his brother. They're ready.
Yeah, we'll go off. We'll go off some deep topics here, man.
Yes.
Talk about some ghosts,
Yeah.
orbs.
Oh, nice.
You know,
Nice. We just talked
we
about
got
ghosts.
got
They
some,
got
got
chemtrails.
some videos of
They got chemtrails. They
Yeah,
have,
we talked
there's a
about
lot of
stuff.
stuff.
underground secret bases. I mean, the topics are deep.
We're ready. We're ready.
All
You
right,
guys are all ready. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Everybody, thanks a lot. Like and subscribe, support 24 Slayton, Tim, Jordan, Pete. We're out.
Peace out.